After having multiple successful AIOs, when we take into consideration price per performance ratio, which was outstanding, and of course their air coolers, we're having something completely different, which you wouldn't expect in that sense. But when we go back to Computex 2025, we actually saw this mouse right here. This is the M1 Pro, which comes in white and black color scheme and with the docking station. Now, this docking station is something quite nice, and it gives you quite interesting features, because even in that sense, when it's wireless, because this is a docking station to make this mouse wireless so you don't get any 2.4G dongle, this helps you with 8K pulling rate, and that's outstanding. Now the thing about this, it's not your regular docking station. At the back we have USB Type-C for connectivity. We're having a button for connection with the mouse if for some strange reason it gets lost, and at the bottom you have the RGB switch button, which means that these sidelines can be adjusted for preferred color or just switching it off. Of course, you can go with full RGB spectrum, but that's an entirely different story. Now here at the bottom we have some pads to keep everything stable on the surface, and two pogo pins, which means that the mouse magnetically it does stand on it without any problems. With the stand you get this braided cable, which isn't that much flexible. So taking into consideration we're having a cable, you have three options of connectivity. You're having 2.4G with this docking station, then you have a wired mode, and finally you have Bluetooth. So two wireless connectivity options, which means that the Bluetooth one saves the battery and you can use it for regular work or whatever you want if this mouse fits your palm and functionality in the workflow. But then again, it's a lightweight mouse, and when you take into consideration that it's a lightweight mouse, when you're playing FPS or battle royale games, you're going to most likely keep it that way. So on front we have the USB Type-C for eventually charging if you don't have the docking station or wired connection. Then we have two-tone color scroll wheel, which has a rubber base here in the middle, and we have some turquoise color on the sides, which is a nice touch. Between the left and right click, right above the Valkyrie logo, you have an indication light. When the battery is low, it indicates red, but if you go and switch to Bluetooth, it indicates in blue. On the left side, you have two side buttons and you have the M1 Pro logo, and this is quite strange. On the right side, you have a Lightwieght logo or lettering or whatever. I mean, it's quite logical, it's going to be lightweight. And speaking of that, so I placed the mouse on the scale and it says 61 grams, which is honestly outstanding. Now, at the bottom part of the mouse, we're having 4 feet, 2 on the side bottom part, 1 in the middle just below the optical sensor, and 1 at the top that covers the whole part, which is quite nice, and the mouse actually glides quite nicely, taking into consideration that I tested it on my mouse pad. So apart from the switch for the 2.4G wired and Bluetooth, you have a button for DPI settings. So you can adjust the DPI settings with 6 stages inside their software, and we'll get to that part quite soon. And basically that's it. So before we move forward, additional specs, what you need to know is that you can go with wired or wireless. It has true 8K pulling rate. We're having wireless charging with this, and this wireless charging dock or dongle, it has an LCD screen which actually shows some quite crucial information. For instance, it shows you the stage of the DPI settings, and that does immediately, because when you're switching it at the back, it actually indicates on the front. So if you switch to wired mode, it says that the connection is disabled on the docking, so you do need to plug it in directly. And for Bluetooth, it doesn't indicate literally anything because it doesn't use that connection. So the only way this LCD screen makes any sense is when it's in 2.4G dongle mode. Additionally to that, you can adjust the screen to your liking in the software, giving you multiple options, adjusting the GIFs or whatever you want to go with, honestly. And it also indicates the time. That's cool. Now, going with additional settings, we're having a PAW3950 optical sensor, and inside the settings, what I notice is with the 6 stages, you can adjust them quite nicely. You can also record macros, but in more detailed options. For lift-off distance, you can go with 3 options. Compared to some other mice, 3 options is actually 1 more than usual. So 0.7 millimeters, 1 millimeter, and 2 millimeters. You can adjust the moving faster or slower, and loads of other options that give you a possibility to customize, including the programmable buttons, which is outstanding. Now, since I'm talking about buttons, it's time to check out how they sound. So first and foremost, left click. right click, middle click, scroll wheel, and then we have the side buttons, first side button, and the second one. So actually, when you take into consideration the side buttons, they this time sound the same. And when I'm saying this time, I'm not mentioning Valkyrie products because this is their first mouse that they released here. But in general, usually the first button has high-pitched sound and the second one is a bit dampened down. But when you press the side buttons, there is no free travel. So basically, immediately when I press it and try to get that wobbliness of the side button, it actually doesn't happen. And that's really good. More information about the mouse. So we're having Bluetooth 5.3. It has super slick PTFE feet. The dimensions are 120, 60, 240. And basically the weight is 58 grams plus minus 2, so that comes almost sums up at 61 that I had on the weight. But going more, so far, wireless working distance is up to 10 meters. We're having 5 buttons. Switch lifespan is outstanding, even though I don't know the actual name of the switches. We're talking about 80 million clicks. The cable length is 1.6 meters braided, USB Type-C to USB Type-A. And battery life on 8K hertz pulling rate is 40 hours. For the 1000 hertz pulling rate is 100 hours, and Bluetooth is 120 hours. And finally, the price tag. It's 69.90 euros, which actually goes into a quite nice segment when we're taking into consideration the optical sensor, the lift of distance, the software, what functions does it have. We're giving us a possibility for a nice performance mouse in that sense with an outstanding price tag. 42,000 dpi optical sensor, as already stated, PAW3950. We're having 750 IPS, 50G, and 8000 Hz pulling rate. Inside the software, you can adjust the pulling rate with 125, 250, 500, 1000, 4000, and 8000 Hz. Now, in addition to the accessory box, apart from the cable, black goes with the black one and white goes with the white one, you get additional skates. If these get worn out, you can simply just switch them up and give your mouse extra life. Now, when we're talking about experience in gaming, so first and foremost, the design resembles to a nice symmetrical mouse, so both sides are equal. The side buttons are on the left side, but when I was using it, claw grip, palm grip, everything works, and fingertip grip without a problem, and it does work quite nicely in terms of, well, at least in my scenario, when I played for a couple of hours, just giving some feel to the mouse, it really fits the hand quite nicely. And as you can see, from the bottom of my palm to the top of my middle finger, it goes up to 175. So that kind of fits quite nicely in that segment. So if you're having a smaller hand, it could be still good. It will definitely be good, let's be honest, because I'm having my bottom part of the palm on the table. But if you're having much longer fingers, you might be struggling and might just prefer the fingertip grip. But this size is regular and nothing changes from this part. I'm just saying that the responsiveness, the 8K pulling rate with the 2.4G, it's quite cool, and I'm really digging this dongle because when you're done with gaming, work, or whatever you want to do, you just place it here and it's nice and tightly tucked away on the side, charging until you get back. So all in all, what I can say is a regular design. Nothing changes here. We're having a difference in the docking station, so you don't have the regular 2.4G USB dongle that connects directly to your PC. You're having USB Type A to USB Type-C that connects to your dongle. You can use it also in wired mode, and you get that additional screen, which inside their software, which is definitely packed with features with easy access, and in terms of adjustment of the mouse with lift of distance, recording macros, adjusting the screen, adjusting the DPI stages, and everything all together, reprogramming the buttons as well. I think that's a quite cool mouse. 61 grams, 8K pulling rate, PAW3950, 42,000 DPI resolution, and all the other details that I mentioned. So guys, if you're looking for a new mouse in terms of lightweight design, quite subtle, and specifically if you're already a fan of Valkyrie, this might just be something a bit different. And I can't say I don't like. I do actually like the docking station, specifically in white, because it looks much more visually appealing in terms of the logos and how it shows, because let's be honest, all brands are placing their logos on products, and why not? So guys, yeah, this was Valkyrie's M1 Pro in black and white. You can choose whatever you wish according to your setup. You can also check out their mousepad, which has that nice slick surface for you guys to be able to actually glide through the gaming sessions without any problems. The link is in the description, so you can check it out with more details if I might have missed something or anything similar to that. But that'll be all for today. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and click the notification bell for future content coming quite shortly. Thanks, bye bye.